Heading out of the KOA out to the dunes. You gotta drive down this road, out of the sand road, alongside a mill, around the back to get into the, what's it called? Hauser Dunes. You can go over there by Car Campground, or you can go the other way and go to Spinreel and Horse Falls. There's Highway 101. Camping out of storage unit. Here's a day-use staging area. Drive up here, go across the railroad tracks, and go about 100 yards, then you're at the dunes. ATV rentals up here and a barbecue place right before you go into the dunes. We're gonna make a left and head towards Boxcar. Wide open dunes. Grand Cherokee, they don't even have their headlights on. It's dusk. They do have a flag, but they should have their lights on. Got a little bit of air in the back end there. It appears as though it's handling the dunes pretty good, but inside it might be well, we'll cruise around and see if we can find anyone else. I know GoPros aren't great for at night, but oh man, it's a little bit cloudy, so we can't see that full moon. trying right over there is red.
Yeah, I've seen it when we were coming out.
Yeah, last night it was bright. So, got the bridge over there going into North Bend. You got Boxcar down there that these guys are heading down to. You got airport over there across the river. So we'll go drive around and see if we can find anyone playing. Now we're just cruising around on the Azure Dune area. Boxcar's over that way. Trying to see what we can find, see if there's a way to get to the beach. I don't know these particular dunes as well, so see what we can find. Do some exploring. So they got a bunch of little trails and stuff back here. There's some water over there. It looks like a pond. Get into the mud. I don't want to get muddy. What'd you say?
The low trees and your whips.
Oh.
Better remember you have whips on now.
I threw on my arm. Damn it. So yeah, these would be fun. You get a group of guys with whipping through here. That'd be cool. Or at night, so you knew if someone was coming, if you knew the trail. It'd be fun. Okay, so we found out how to get over to this body of water, whatever it is. There's a fence over there running across it to keep you out of that. But that's got a measuring thing right there. So according to that, if that thing is right at all, that's saying that that water's 18 feet deep right there. That'd be one big deep hole. There must be a purpose for this. Wonder if it's just a wetland that was created for animals or what. I don't know. Well, here's an update on the flags and trying to use this mount here. Well, actually you can see this rubber, how it's flatter right here than here. I just re-cinched that. See how much that moves? These are not going to hold up to holding these whips, which I was afraid of. So I will have to build an actual mount that bolts somehow down here, in here. I was talking about something on a video. I have to come up with something solid. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So those work fine for just a regular whip because they're moving and everything, but not good for these. Alright, we'll go do a little more exploring, see what we can find. So in my video when I went to the UTV takeover at Coos Bay, this right here is where they were starting to take off for the wheelies and the jumping. They'd go across this sand down in that little dip and they were jumping right there. That was the launch. They hit it with a dozer and made it smooth and at a certain deal, but that whole area up there would be packed with people. That valley down there was just covered in RVs. Looks quite a bit different when there's nothing here going on. Pretty spot though. So it's too hazy today again, but this is over a couple of hills. There's a bridge going into North Bend again. Right out there you should be looking at the ocean on the other side of those trees, but it's just too hazy. So we'll go look over here there and see what kind of view there is. Here's an example of why you slow down at the top of a hill. We would be okay on this one, but you're coming up, you can't see any of this. If you're flying, you know, you can wind up in those trees, or you wind up going down there and you might be in a machine that can't make it back up. But this particular one, you could go out the bottom. And it's not a bad idea to pick up trash out here when you find it. I would hope that I'm finding this because it bounced out of their machine and they didn't throw it on the ground. Yeah. So, do my good deed. Put it in there, because if I put it back there, it might wind up back out on the ground. So, we'll go do a little more looking around. Didn't show on the camera at all. Timber over there. I think I saw a house right over there. Oh, what we got down here? A little water hole.
Not really, but yeah. Probably when it's raining, it's a water hole.
Yeah. Highway 101. See if these whips show up in the camera in the daylight. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera or not. I can't see it on this little screen. But you can see they're running. That's loose again. I gotta tighten that up some more. Yeah, definitely not gonna work. Why they put black flags on the 5150 whips is beyond me. Ooh, I'm losing one. I better look at if I can fix that. Okay. I'll fix that flag and we'll see what else we can find. So now we're heading out the sand road a little ways and find somewhere to play out here off to the side. Found another little lake back in here. I don't know where this road goes, but we'll go that way and see. So I don't know exactly where I am out here, but came across this memorial thing. Multiple memorials, people who passed away. Pretty neat little setup. Hopefully I figure out where I am so I can figure out how to get back. The adventure begins. Well, we're out here at the beach. There's some people up there. There's some people back there. Let's see where we are.
That's not us.
It's not?
No.
Oh. Alright. I think it's got the... There we go. Okay, so the red line is where we have been today. Camps right there. We went all the way down the boxcar, back across, down here, playing along that on a trail, which led us to that memorial, which was right here where the zigzag was. And then down to the beach, so we can go that way a little farther. Then you gotta turn around. But when we came in here the other day, we came in one side of the beach and we went out the other side, and it's not showing that on the track, so that's kind of weird. Maybe we'll drive down that way and see what's going on. Those brown ones are, those are trails. Which beach road, we can drive on those. How far you can go? Oh, it goes up to there and stops. Boy, that'd be interesting. I don't know if we have enough fuel to go that far. Yeah, that's way over there.
Yeah.
Huh. But we'll go that way a little farther and see. Oh, there's a bunch of Baja bugs out here today. This one here has a funny looking front end on it. Okay, so we're trying out this trail that was at the end of the beach. You go to the end of the beach, you go over a little mound of grass, and then you got this road that goes out here somewhere. Just past the sand, a Baja bug with a flat tire. His friends are getting help. We'll see where it goes. Flags are loose already in the back. Yeah, this would be fun if I didn't have to worry about your leg or those flags. Playing in the sand. Okay, we were on that sand road and the fuel level got down. It said we had 16%. So we thought we better mosey back and get fuel. Maybe go out there again later and see where that goes. So we're heading back down the beach, find the shortest route back. Well, just got back from a spin out exploring the dunes and had the secondary bolt back out. So the clutch comes loose, belt starts making noise because it's not grabbing, and I stop. Of course, it's dark out. Leave the whips on for some light, get my flashlight out, and pull the cover off. It's like, that doesn't look right. The bolt is sticking out. You go and grab it. First I touched it and it slid in flush. Like, that's weird. You see if it just pulls all the way out. Once grab it, of course it's hot, so I grab my gloves, grab a hold of the head of it, and it just pulls right out. The bolt came completely unscrewed, holding the secondary. So I have never heard of that. First guy that stopped to see if we needed help, he had never heard of that. And the second guy who stopped said he has. He said the vibration of the paddles will work that clutch, especially on the whoop roads. Will work that and make that nut back out sometimes. I've never heard of it, but he seemed like someone who spends a lot of time at the dunes. He was in a Razor 4-seater, and he said, yeah, that is a thing. That does happen. So that was news to me. So it spun on the case a little bit, burned the side of the case and all that. So tightened it up and drove back just fine. Didn't seem to be slipping or anything, but I'll have to look at it in the daylight and see what it's like. Hopefully nothing's damaged, but it could have took some wear off of that belt if the clutch starts slipping. I don't know. Seems like it's always something when you go to the dunes with this thing. But I do usually have fun. Well, I think I've always had fun when I go to the dunes. It's just a little harder on the equipment. So the other thing I did, I've never done, going up the top of a dune. It's starting to get dark, so trying to be a little extra cautious. Go up the top of this dune, and I did not see another side, so I let up. And it kind of was what do they call that, a razorback. I went up there and it just went dunk, sat right on the top. All the wheels are in the air. So get out and just start pulling sand out from underneath it. You get one side all clear, and you get the other side almost all clear, and then the whole thing drops. And then you do it again, and you do it again until the things are down on the ground. So did a little bit of that. Then the guy stopped. He was going to either give us a pull or help push, and I was ready to give it a try, so he helped push when I went, and I just went down, turned around, came back up, and picked everyone up. So that was 2 things on one night ride, evening ride, that I've never experienced. So just enjoying the fire now. Let this die down and head in for the night.